Well, Candace got more leaked recordings from Erika Kirk. This time it's 12 days after Charlie Kirk's assassination. This is the phone call in which Erika Kirk is basically getting introduced to the vast majority of the employees after she's accepted the CEO role. So it's her first kind of communication with the vast majority of the people. Two themes always come up when I hear Erika Kirk talk since this assassination, including that happened on the other leaked calls, is that for one, she really pushes that they're going to grow this company even bigger and bigger than ever could, than as big as possible. And they're going to do that. It's because that's what Charlie would want, and in Charlie's honor. Well, Charlie probably would want that for the company. I don't think he would want Erika Kirk doing that while their kids are still young. Charlie Kirk was very much, about the motherhood or just, a good family. Like, what is going on? That she's, a single mother and never around. She also said the other day that she's, the being the single mother's the least traumatizing part of this whole thing. Well, I think Charlie would be very traumatized by that for the children. The children don't have a father now. She's a fake. She's a phony. But anyways, which makes me think that she's actually wanting to push Turning Point USA to new heights for herself, for her own gain. But she uses it as a disguise if it's in Charlie's honor. The other theme that always comes up, and it's going to come up in this, we're about to listen to this call, and it's going to come up in these calls, big time. But it comes up in every time I hear her, every leaked recording, anything. She's very happy, like overly happy, and like can't stop laughing at all the time. And I don't even think it's I don't even really think it's nervousness. Maybe a little bit of the laughing is nervousness. It doesn't really feel like that to me. It feels like just a genuine happiness. I think she's on a genuine high, genuine rush, super happy because she's had this planned out for a while, and they executed it, and it worked. So let's dive in and listen to this phone call with the.
I want to make sure that
it is pretty startling, I will say.
We properly and fairly contextualize it. So we're not being choosy. We're not cutting this for drama. The obvious point of this call to set this up is to introduce Erika. She's a new leader. Not even introducing, she's just heading up this call, but obviously she's going to be at the helm of this. So they're getting to know her. And she does begin the call by being thankful to the entire Turning Point USA team for their work at the memorial event. So let's take a listen.
Hi, everybody. I still love all these emoji Zoom things. Wow. I don't even know where to begin.
She just starts off laughing. I mean, I just gotta say, like, just always laughing. Like, this shouldn't be fun. This is 12 days after Charlie Kirk's assassination. The first time she's talking with the company, so Charlie would be on her mind for this thing. I mean, should not always be laughing.
The fact that we were able to pull off an event of a century, like, it's just insane. We had over 275,000 people that attended, and stadium overflow, Westgate, insane, you guys. And then you have, was it 100 million?
Over.
You guys that heard the gospel and all about Charlie and all about everything that you guys do, and the hard work of Turning Point USA is insane. We had thousands that were registered to vote. I think we're at like over 200,000 for merch sales. Don't quote me on that because I think it just keeps like bumping up like crazy. But
I just gotta say, this is insane. She's bragging about how good they're doing, merch sales. This is crazy. Like, you can say thank you, but there is a sense of bragging now about how much they're selling and how many attendance.
I just wanted to say a huge thank you to the events team, the development team, the graphic design team, the production team. It's just phenomenal. Their incredible work leading into the memorial. And honestly, a lot of the staff that worked on the memorial, they had 20-hour days for a week during the time of us grieving the loss of my husband. And honestly, I know several staff that didn't even sleep Again, you guys are breathing angels.
And we discovered on my video a couple videos ago that they fired some of those people that worked those hours. And we know that because the lady turned on her recording, her video, and she said that point, and they said, I know. She said, we worked 80, 90-hour weeks, all these long hour days. And I know. No denial. Man. So, yeah, so grateful and then fired. Useful till you're not.
And I'm so grateful for all of you. And obviously a huge thank you to the Mosaic team. VI, you guys are 10 out of 10. Like we have the most incredible team. We just do. And you guys know that, and you guys are all a part of that. And I am so, so thankful. And if you do have a moment and you run into any of those staff members that you know had a role in this, and that they put a lot of their time and effort into it, just say thank you. There's something really special to be seen in moments like this, and it's not easy. I'm speaking from experience. I'm right in the trenches with you guys. And so the fact that a simple thank you. I don't care if any of you have beef with each other from the past or have any issues with someone said something about this or that. Like, if you guys have any of that, please put it to rest.
That is such a weird thing to say. I mean, I don't want to nitpick too much, but that was such a weird place to go with this here.
My husband's dead. I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead. And it puts life into perspective of how short life is and relationships, and God puts people in your life for a reason, and it teaches you a lesson, it teaches them a lesson. So if you are going through a time,
I think it taught Charlie a pretty big lesson.
And just lay it to rest. And we are moving forward, Turning Point USA 2.0 with Charlie in our hearts. And that's what he would want.
And I want to be clear, the overall mood of this call is extraordinarily upbeat. It's extraordinarily happy. But of course, as the CEO and chairman, she does have to address the elephant in the room, the morbid elephant in the room, if you will, because it's an obligation. You have a new CEO. The employees are working 20-hour days, but also their founder, Charlie, was publicly assassinated less than 2 weeks ago. You got to address that. And you're going to hear her address that by recapping to them that throughout these long working days, the employees were provided with ample resources while they were working. Take a listen.
I'm just grateful that while things were still in motion and moving around, that we had our leadership teams provide for you counselors.
You gotta be kidding me. She is grateful that her company provided for the employees, is what she's telling the employees. Man, you would just want to chokeslam this wench if she was your boss.
Pastors. I heard there were therapy dogs. Slightly jealous that I didn't get to have any moment with a therapy dog.
She's laughing. Again, making jokes, laughing. And it also doesn't even make sense. First of all, there were therapy dogs? Is that even how therapy dogs work? Don't you, keep the therapy dog, long term? And I don't think a therapy dog doesn't just swoop in for the day. What was happening with the therapy dogs? Is that how it works? And then she wishes she could have one. She's the CEO. Her husband, even before she was the CEO, her husband was. If you wanted one of the therapy dogs, you would have had one. What are you talking about? Nobody else probably even used one. What are you talking about? They probably. I guess, a fucking dog can cheer me up for a day. You'll take it and pet along with it, but till you have to start taking care of it. So I guess, is that therapy? You just get to have a little visit with the dog it's a little weird.
Breakfast. I was really adamant about making sure that we paid for your flights, for your spouses to be there. That was something on my heart.
Jeez, she is just complimenting herself again and again. And paid for the flights. Yeah, probably could have paid for even more. For the spouse's flights. Breakfast. I mean, that's really cool. Like, that's really awesome. But like, if they had it, they already like it. You don't have to give yourself a pat on the back. This is just not a good look. They remember it. Like, they don't need you to remind them.
You don't want to grieve alone. No one's supposed to grieve alone. It's not healthy. But I just think it's a beautiful honor that all of these benefits were made for the community to grieve and remember Charlie. And I really hope you took advantage of those in a healthy way when they were provided, because it's meant to be for everyone, for healing. Grief comes in waves. Some days are going to be tougher than others, but take it as it comes. And that's why you have your turning point.
Has her grief ever came in any waves? Has there been any waves? At least from what the public has seen, it's always at the top. Like, she's on fucking cloud 9.
Family, and just lean on them, and lean on other people in your life that will help you and pour into you and pray with you to get you through it. I say that, though, that if you do need more time to grieve, please continue to use Turning Point USA's network of counselors. We have pastors. I mean, there are so many resources for you. If you do need additional time off, please talk to your director about using paid time off for that. And again, it's not easy, but
I don't think necessarily it has to be time off to grieve, or maybe it can be considered that too, but they haven't had any time off to grieve, but they haven't had any time off at all. Maybe they did have a little time off, but then they were putting in 20-hour days, 80, 90-hour weeks. Man, it's just tone deaf.
Again, grief is hard. Otherwise, honestly, Turning Point USA and Turning Point Action, full steam ahead, you guys. Charlie would want us to get back to work, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we did with the memorial, and I'm so honored and proud of each and every one of you, because that's what we're going to do in his honor.
She can't hold back her true emotions. She literally, like, she laughed. It's like, she's just so happy. She cannot hold it back. It's just so cynical. And yeah, I think that there was a conspiracy on the assassination, and if there wasn't, it was a very fortunate, welcomed coincidence or convenience.
And in his name, we have so much to do, which is exciting. Charlie in heaven is like, you guys thought you had a busy schedule, then just you wait. And he's doing some awesome things with Jesus in heaven.
This is 12 days after he died. And she's making jokes about, maybe it's not a joke, but I don't think she really believes this. I think she's phony. She doesn't live the kind of life she lies. She doesn't, whenever, like, the truth does come out, like, she doesn't, like, show her values. Like, when she shows her cards, like, she shows her values, such as, like, that she's taking on the CEO role and want to just be, like, gung-ho. It's like, where are the kids? But I don't think she probably believes all this stuff. I think she's super fake. I mean, she's lied about, drinking, dating, all this stuff. But I guess if she does believe it, like, I guess it gives it a little better. But, yeah, it just sounds like this is just all like she's making jokes. She's laughing, too, the whole time.
Right now, but there's so much work to be done. I mean, since his assassination, we have 100,000 chapter requests. We have 300,000 new donors. That is a blessing in itself. Again, not normal. All God. I think we have.
I'm sorry to keep pausing this, but she said that's a blessing, and then she laughed again later. And a blessing on how much they've done since his assassination. She's keeping stats on since the assassination. And if I had to bet money on it, I believe she was in on the assassination. She also has so many connections. She doesn't act right. She has so many connections. There's so many things that are just like, man. But I mean, the connections, like, and like just the background of her is just too much. And her parents.
50,000 plus hat orders to fulfill. I mean, I'm saying these numbers because it puts into perspective that we're not just sitting and thinking and looking at the wall being like, what do we do? Like that, there is so much to do. You have over 20,000 AmFest registrations.
A lot of this too is like about like work. There's so much to do. Go. Charlie would want you to go.
There's a lot happening there, and none of it is what I would be expecting to happen there. So basically, what the employees said to me was that they got onto this call and everyone's exhausted, everyone's been working. They pull off this massive memorial. And then there's kind of this approach where it's like, well, if you guys need paid time off, like Charlie's in heaven dancing, wanting you to work harder. He's just up there like, you better work, but you can use the paid time off that you have earned, by the way, if you need to grieve more. But imagine you're the employee and you're like, okay, well, this is his wife saying this. So am I weird? Would I be like, I would be pretty weird if I needed to take time off and his wife is saying she's full steam ahead. That's the mentality that they had. Like, how are we supposed, like, are we weird for wanting to grieve? Is that not the vibe? How can we take paid time off when Erika, his wife, is saying full steam ahead? It's very strange. It is even kind of using this idea of Charlie being in heaven, looking down, and the laughter. I don't know. I feel like the rest of you. I feel uncomfortable. And of course, now what we're going to listen to is her pivot to the future vision, because that's what the bulk of this is about. And it's going to consist of the notebooks that I keep telling you the public is never going to see. Apparently, what I gather from this is that Charlie presented to the staff a vision for 2025, but Erika is going to say that there was a vision beyond that, all the way to 2030, and there's a project 2030, and then she's going to kind of want to say that she's happy, but then catch herself realizing that that would be kind of weird to say that she's happy. Take a listen.
The prophetic mind of my husband was that he always planned for the future. You guys are obviously aware of like Vision 2025, but Charlie was also working on Vision 2030 in the weeks leading up to September 10th. And he was working really closely with Justin. And that's why Justin had been appointed the role of COO, because he was literally, I remember phone calls when Charlie and I would take our night walks, and it would be 10 o'clock at night, and him and Justin would just be talking about the plans. I was aware of the plans. I have his journals that are aware of the plans. Like, there is no confusion of what's to come. And I want to give you guys that reassurance that it's full steam ahead. And the board and I are working with Justin and the executive leadership teams to make sure that all of those plans come into effect 2030 and beyond. But I, again, am so grateful for all of you. I'm so proud of all of you. You honor my husband so well. All of you do. And it's weird to say I'm excited. I really hesitate saying that. It's really hard for me to say that. It's a really weird thing to say, but I think it comes from a space of peace, knowing that God's using this and we're humbly witnessing the gospel in real time.
I'm sorry, but we're witnessing the gospel in real time? Maybe, but maybe not.
I don't know what to say. She doesn't want to say she's happy. I don't want to say I'm happy, but where it comes from, I'm going to explain the happiness that I feel. It comes from peace.